As you all know that due to COVID-19, the CFA dates are postponed, and this leads us to three major problems. How will delay impact us? Should we enroll for December 2020 exam or February 2021? Should we start preparing now or wait till July and August? So here is the solution for you guys. To understand the solution, we need to understand the impact of delay. So because of the dates, postponement of the dates, two major impact which is going to hit us is one, increased competition, and number two, more number of candidates appearing in the exam. So when I say increased competition, guys, typically what happens when there is an X amount of time given to prepare for an exam, candidates are well prepared, and obviously it increases the competition in terms of cutoffs, in terms of the way they answer the question. More number of candidates, as you know, because of COVID-19, there is going to have layoffs. There is going to there will be more people looking for the jobs, and hence more people are trying to upskill them. Uh, because of that, more and more number of people will participate in such kind of certification exams. So, should we go for December 2020 or February 2021? Now, I have come up with four important points for you guys. These 4 points will help you in deciding the date, the deciding when you should opt for go for this certification. Point number one is early certification. When I say early certification, it's always advantageous to have the certification earlier. The earlier you have the certification, the early you can update your resume and search for job. If you're already in job, you can look for better profile internally or a pay raise internally. Now, if you're someone for whom both December 2020 and February 2021 doesn't matter. I mean, you're okay with going going for an exam in December 2020. I think this point is very important. Less chance of pattern change. Obviously, we don't know what pattern CFA is going to do in February 2021. If tomorrow they come up with a new change, you know you and everyone else who is taking the exam will be impacted. So we all are more comfortable with certain level of certainty than uncertainty. So I think uh, point number two also goes in the favor of December 2020. Point number two is less frequency. This point is very important given that CFA has now decided to increase the exams frequency in 2021. And 2021 CFA is going to be an online exam as compared to paper pencil. So CFA will be conducted more than two times in an exam. You will have more than two windows. I think they are going to have approximately 5 windows throughout the year. So more number of people will get certified, and hence I would highly recommend to go for December 2020 rather than February 2021, because you don't wanna miss the race. Point number four is safety from technical glitches. Now, this point comes from what I have seen in other exams previously, which are computer based rather than paper pencil based. The classic example, and everybody in India could relate to it, uh, is CAT exam. When CAT exam went online from paper pencil approach to online approach, uh, the first year they saw a huge amount of technical glitches, and there was chaos all around. Candidates were not happy with the results. There were a lot of complaints that what they felt that they would get and what they actually got, there was a lot of difference in the percentiles. Systems were down sometimes during the exam. Some deliberately shut down their systems to to take the advantage of that and think about the particular question and somehow get more time to solve a particular question. So there are a lot of theories and a lot of stories, which came around. So it's always better to have more certainty. Hence, I would recommend that you go for December 2020 and paper pencil approach, because CFA has been expert to conduct their exam in that format, and better to avoid the first time when CFA is moving from paper pencil to computer based approach, so you get to know okay what technologies are, and you always remain on the safer side. Now, having established that we should go for December 2020 exam, what should we do? We should not wait. We should utilize our time to strengthen our concepts, or you can also prepare for multiple levels at the same time. Or because I have seen many candidates who are not only preparing for CFA but also preparing for FRM, or those who are preparing for CFA, they are also preparing for level 1 and level 2 together. So if you are someone who can do that, I think you should do that and you should not waste this time. Point number 3 is, when I say extra to stay ahead in race, also given that this time there's going to be, obviously there's going to be increased competition and more number of candidates participating in the exam. It becomes highly important for you guys to stay ahead in the race, and to do that you need to do something extra here. Now I'm coming to the main point, guys, which is strategy. So next slide, I'm going to tell you month wise what you need to do from right now, from May onwards till December. So this is the plan, guys, which you can follow to prepare very well, so that you can actually clear the CFA exam. Now I'll try to explain this in detail. So if you guys are preparing, I think by July end you should be able to read your material at least once, complete the topic wise test, so that this is something you should target right now. Uh, and so that in the month of August, in case CFA has added any particular new chapter, usually what happens, CFA and FRM, they usually add a couple of new chapters every time. So it's not much. They don't change the basic structure. So don't worry about it much. Uh, I think if there is something they are going to add in August, not sure this time they will or not. But if they do, I think you can just read those new material once it is available. Till that time, you can use your old material, and you should start preparing for that. And in the month of August, if you are also preparing for the other levels, you should start. You should also start practicing those, solving the practice question for the another level or another exam in the month of August. Now, in the month of October, you guys should revise the material, take full length test, and identify your weak areas. Now, you must be observing that some of the points mentioned on this particular slide are in blue and some of the points are in black. Now, these blue points, guys, are very important, and they basically contribute significantly in your success. These points decides whether you will clear the CFA exam or you not, to a certain degree. So it's very important to take full length test and identify your weak areas. Now, how are you going to do that? I'll explain you in the next slide. But right now, you should remember that by October end, you should be able to do this. And in the month of November, you should be able to strengthen your weak areas which you have identified in the month of October and increase your speed. This is very important because CFA is a time-based test. It's not something which you can do it. They don't allow you to solve the question with no time limit. So it's very important that you increase your speed so that you are able to solve your test within time. In the month of December, you should attempt more full length tests, revise topics where you are still making mistakes. Now, why I am saying this, you must be thinking that it's just a repetition. Why are you repeating the same points again? No, though people say that this is a concept-based test, this is also a test where a lot of memory is used. It's not an open book test. You need to remember all the formulas. You need to remember the text word by word. CFA and FRM both play a lot of tricks with words. So practice becomes very important. Identification of weak areas become very important. Revising of topics becomes very important, because if you don't remember the topic, you won't be able to solve the questions during the exam. That too within a particular time limit. Now, how to identify your weak areas, how to strengthen your weak areas, and how to increase your speed, what kind of questions to attempt, all those things become very important, and hence these blue points are the points which are the decider whether you are going to clear the FRM exam successfully or not. Trust me, guys, when you would read your material once and take one or two tests, you would realize what I'm saying right now. So At some point of time during a preparation, once you have read the material once or twice, you still want to judge, you still want to take a call that are you still ready for the exam? If exam is going to happen today, will you be able to clear it? Will you be able to clear it with, will you, are you 100% sure that you will clear it? Or are you 80% sure whether you will clear it? To answer that question, you need to answer a few more questions. So question number one, what are my weak areas? Question number two, how do I strengthen my weak areas? Now, you would say, okay, these are very common questions, but these are very important questions. Now, how to answer these questions? To answer these questions, you need to first understand one thing. And for that, I am bringing a example for you guys. Now, to understand that, just answer this question: which financial statement do you trust more, a self-audited one or an independently audited by external party? Now, obviously, if you are someone who knows a little bit about financial statements, who has worked in this industry, or who knows a little bit about the market, it's always the independently audited statements by an external party are more trusted, and that company's numbers are more trusted by the market rather than the self-audited numbers at any point of time. Similarly, guys, when you need to decide that whether you are ready or not, it's very important that you get tested by an independent party. And hence, I always say that learn from anywhere, but test your preparations from an independent source. And what do you mean by that? Today in the market there are so many players who are giving you material. There are so many players who are giving coaching. Some people need coaching, some people don't need coaching. It's up to you guys. It's a personal, it's a very individual decision. Um, you may go for the coaching, you may not go for the coaching, but at the end of the day, even if you learn from somewhere, in the era of YouTube and a lot of free materials available online, at the end of the day you need to test yourself to understand if you would be able to solve the questions in the real exam. And how do you get the right level of confidence and not the false confidence, false sense of confidence? To do that, you need to be tested by an independent party, independent source. And that's when the kind of test you attempt becomes very important. If you are going to attempt the kind of test which is available to everyone and which are simple and which are just there to boost your confidence, after which you feel you will have a wrong, false sense of confidence, like, oh, I'm able to solve all the questions, I will clear my exam, and then what happens? When you get the results, you are disappointed. To avoid that disappointment, to lose your money, to avoid losing your money, to avoid that disappointment, and to avoid the losing the amount of hard work and time spent, it's better to get tested. You test your preparation in advance so that you can identify your weak areas and work upon them. You know with a certain level of degree of confidence that yes, you would be able to clear the exam or not. And that's why, guys, we are trying to come up with a very good test for you guys, which is available on www.nucleus.com. Now these tests are the contains basically questions which are of similar difficulty of the real exam, and not only that, guys, once you attempt the test, we provide you detailed analysis to identify your weak areas with a lot of statistics. So once you have attempted the question, you will get this analysis in a couple of days, and then after some days you will receive another test which would contain customized questions to strengthen your weak areas. So it's unlike the other players who have a fixed set of questions and you can just attempt once and you can just repeat learning those questions. No, it's not like that. You will get a different customized set of questions to strengthen your weak areas. And please understand, guys, it's not about the question. If you're able to solve a particular question, doesn't mean that that type of question is going to come in the exam. It's about the concepts. You will never get the same question which you read in the Kaplan or in Willis or any other material. Obviously, these are the top level of content material providers today, and everybody read their material, and they are really good also. But at the end of the day, you need to strengthen your concepts so that basis that once you have read their material, any question which you which comes in the CFA exam, you should be able to attempt that. So that's why we have come up with a very different set of questions, practice tests, which are easily available in the market. It's not like everybody is doing Kaplan or any other material. In today's scenario, you need to have an extra edge. You need to go to the next level so that you are very confident enough to clear the exam. You typically what happens, there's this thing that usually guys, you learn from a material, and the same lines, the similar kind of questions are put in the test series, and then you are able to solve them, and you feel very confident about it, and you feel that okay, whatever is being taught to you, you have learned it, and you would be able to solve those questions. Now in the real exam, you always get disappointed. So it's very important that you learn from anywhere: YouTube, free material, Kaplan, any coaching test series. But at the end of the day, you still need to have taken a test from an independent source, so that you know where do you stand, you know your weak areas, you know what kind of questions you are making wrong, you know which areas are weak, and you can work upon them. And guys, specifically we have designed these tests which are very light on pocket, considering that most of you are students, MBA students, or commerce graduates who would be looking to take these kind of certifications. Hence, we have kept it very, very affordable as compared to what they charge in US or any other country. So guys, please visit www.nucleus.com. We're also trying to put some free questions over there every day. So you can visit our blogs for the latest information over there, and attempt the free questions over there. And yeah, please attempt our test and let us know your feedback. Thanks.